Good Wednesday evening. Happy midweek. Cloudy day across the north with some slow snow flurries, beginning to seem like a broken record here. Same situation weather-wise for the last few days, but could any changes be on the way? For the answers to that question, we're going to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix.
Yeah, thanks, Melissa. And yeah, pretty quiet day today, although many spots back with the clouds. There was a little bit of sunshine to the east. If you're in Mayo today, you had some sun. Areas around Alpena, even Grayling got in some sun a little earlier in the day today. Clouds are rolling back in, though, and look up here. This is some snow tonight up near the Canadian border there around International Falls in Minnesota, and that is our next system, which gets into our area very, very late tonight, and then tomorrow, and then even some snow tomorrow night through the day on Friday. So travel conditions around the north, well, caution to poor tomorrow. Friday, caution as well, just because the road's a little snowy. And then on Saturday, things improving with what should be a dry but cold day Saturday. We're on that forecast in a few minutes.
Tonight, more of the Kingsley man in Grand Rivers County accused of being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for construction projects and not paying the workers he subcontracted. Our Cody Bear has an update from officials who say they're still getting new fraud claims.
He started getting squirrely, like asking, like making up excuses while saying, hey, I need this completed so I can get paid from this client and then I can pay you.
Ben Adams says he worked as a subcontractor for Travis Raymer for about 2 weeks in 2019.
I was going to like these apartment complexes and doing little like handyman type stuff or doing some interior like doors and trim. And then we started working on building this pole barn.
While working on that pole barn, things changed quickly, as Adams says he was injured putting in framework.
I'm putting in the last nail to the post, and this guy working with me grabs on to the top of one of the trusses to kind of, give a counterbalance to get down because he was not a light guy. And between that and a heavy gust of wind, he ended up bringing over those 17 trusses. And as I heard the noise of the first one snap, I jumped off. And so by the time I jumped off, I was over 30 feet in the air and I landed right to the hard clay and broke my neck. Everybody had said I should have died from it.
Adams says Raymer blamed the injury on Adams and never paid him for the 2 weeks of work he did before he got hurt. What Adams alleges was about $3,500 worth.
I'm like, am I going to lose my house? How am I going to feed my kids? And I'm laying there with a broken neck in the hospital, and he's trying to say this was all my fault and say he's not going to pay me what he owes me because he's saying that that collapse was my fault, when it obviously was not. There was other witnesses that said it was not my fault.
Adams isn't the only one alleging fraud against Raymer. Investigators say homeowners across northern Michigan paid Raymer more than $400,000 for construction projects since 2017. Police tell us that although subcontractors did some of the work, Raymer didn't pay them and used the money for personal gains.
We believe there's a pattern here, which will help us to show that there was criminal intent.
Michigan State Police says more people coming forward is a good thing.
If you don't report it, it will never be investigated. And so you'll never get your money back. You'll never have this documented, and people should be held accountable.
Getting money back to alleged victims, something Swanson says is a goal in this case.
If he is ultimately found guilty or pleads guilty to something, then on behalf of the victims during sentencing, we would ask for restitution. And restitution would cover any actual loss that any of our victims suffered.
Adams says that would be great, but he already thinks things are moving in the right direction.
Justice for me enough was served with the arrest. That was good enough for me.
And now Adams is back to work. As the owner of a construction company he finds appropriately named TC Integrity Building. He says he's doing it the right way, and when he's able to, works for folks who are taken advantage of themselves.
I just wanted to do what I loved, what was in my blood, to support my family, raising 3 daughters to show them that in adversity, keep pushing.
That was Cody Bear reporting. Again, Michigan State Police still urging anyone who believes they may have been a victim during this period to contact the MSP Traverse City Post. That contact information is on our website. Simply check out UpNorthLive.com. Habitat for Humanity Grand Traverse Region breaking ground on a new housing project in Kalkaska, and they're looking for both future homeowners and helping hands. The organization's building 8 new townhomes on Court Street between Lynn and Elm, just steps from downtown dining and shopping in Kalkaska. Each 2-story home will feature 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and an attached garage with move-in expected by fall of this year. Habitat's now accepting expressions of interest from families in need of safe, affordable housing through a low-interest mortgage program. They're also calling on community volunteers, churches, clubs, and teams to help build the homes. No experience required. Taking a look ahead, the 50th annual North American Vasa Festival of Races. It's coming up a week from Saturday. It's one of the biggest ski races in the Midwest. Organizers are reporting that trail conditions for both cross-country skiing and fat bike racing are shaping up for the races, and weather conditions are perfect for the races. The event does kick off February 14th through the 15th, and registration does close next Wednesday, February 11th at 6 p.m. The races are held at Timber Ridge Resort in Traverse City. Joining us tonight to talk about this exciting celebration, the 50th annual Vasa Festival of Races, is one of the Vasa race co-directors, Ken Dawson. Ken, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us tonight.
Thanks, Melissa. Great to be on.
So this is a huge celebration. I mean, we're looking at 50 years for this part of Northern Michigan history, an event that brings people together every year. Let's talk about first the weather shaping up.
Well, we had a great December.
Yeah.
And so we had snow, and then it rained, and then it froze. We had more snow, and it froze. So we kept building up a base. And then came January, and we had 53 inches of snow, the 4th largest snowfall of any city in Michigan. 53 inches with no thaws. So we have a 2,000-pound piston bully, which is a grooming machine, packing the snow down, packing it down. All the trail grooming's done by TART. Now, everybody thinks TART does all the trail management. They also do snow. And the groomers are incredible, and they've been grooming it every single day. So imagine you're going down a road with a bunch of potholes, and all of a sudden you hit brand new blacktop. That's what you got out there. It's the best this course has ever had in the history of the Vasa.
That is incredible, because we know in years past we have not had this. There have been cancellations with COVID, obviously, and then weather just not cooperating sometimes.
That's true. And my family will tell you I'm a lucky guy. And Cliff and I have been co-directors for 2 years, and skiers like 2 things: great grooming, great snow. Fortunately, the Uller gods have rained on us.
Yes, I think so. And registration is still open, Ken. We have a week from today, though, that registration closes at 6 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
We do have open registration. It'll go on during the day of the event for 2 events: the kids race, the junior Vasa. We have awesome kid programs. We have elementary school kids. We have the middle schools. We have a high school program. The community has come together with all these different programs, and the Vasa is kind of like the iconic event that everybody can put it all together. So we have a junior Vasa event, and we have probably 100 kids there with different distances and ages. And we also have, new this year, we're trying, it's called the Bigfoot Community Relay. It's 2 kids under 12 with an adult, 2 kids over 12 with an adult. And you can ski any technique, any style, and it's free to enter.
How fun.
And we expect big things with that.
That is incredible. Definitely a family event. People of all ages can take part in this.
Absolutely. We have 2 skiers that have done every single Vasa race. One is a local individual, and bless their hearts, they're great skiers. And we really encourage, we want to get the weekend skiers out there. Racers are going to show up for any race, but we're trying to get, Melissa, people like you, come to the race. We have a 6K tour. It's not competitive. There's no timing. There's no chip. Your name's got to be called out because you're the last skier. It just doesn't matter.
That might be me. Yes, I might be that last person, Ken.
It's okay. We love you.
There's also the fat bike racing as well. So if you're choosing to maybe not doing the skiing portion, there's events involving the fat tire bikes.
Yeah, we got a great fat tire bike course. The director there, John Rowe, has been involved with the Michigan Mountain Bike Association for years. You know, they groom their own trails for people out there that think the fat bikes are going to be on the Vasa Trail. That's not the case. Everybody kind of plays real nice in a big giant sandbox.
Oh, yeah.
And Vasa Trail is actually incredible. It's a multi-use trail that George Lombard and a group of people developed in the late 80s, and it's been a designated Vasa Trail here at Timber Ridge since.
And Ken, do you need volunteers, people to step up and help for the event for the 14th and the 15th?
I got a guy next door setting up a meeting for volunteers, and I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes 300 volunteers to run this event or in a lot of other major events. And that's part of the community thing. People can help out. If they want to participate in the event as far as a racer, come out and volunteer. All you have to do is go on our website, vasa.org. You'll see the volunteer button and it'll pull down menu. You want to be in an aid station, you want to be a road crossing, you want to help out with package pickup. It'll tell you what positions we need, and you could sign up for those. So we welcome, and everybody gets one of these hats.
That's a cool hat.
Cool.
I was going to say that. Yeah, I like the hat, Ken.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Ken. We appreciate it. We're going to send everybody to your website to get more information and make sure that they register before next Wednesday, or at least by the 6 o'clock cutoff.
And come to the community celebration party at the Park Place on Saturday, Valentine's Day night. It's open in the community, live band, free hors d'oeuvres, cash bar. It's going to be rocking.
A perfect way to spend Valentine's Day. I love that.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Ken. Again, Ken with the Vasa Trail, celebrating the 50th celebration for the races this year, taking place February 14th. All of the information that Ken talked about will be on our website, UpNorthLive.com, and you can register before the races. Turning now to an event happening underway, or getting underway this week, I should say, as the Winter Olympics are set to begin Friday. The Traverse City Curling Club will host a series of special events. Curling courses will be presented on everything from throwing a stone to learning the whole game. And whether you're a first-time curler or a veteran, everyone is welcome. Events will take place over the next 3 days in February, with an Olympic watch party set for February 21st. And we are checking out our question of the day, which has to do with winter sports, specifically those Winter Olympics. What is your favorite Winter Olympic sport you're looking forward to? Check out our Facebook page, Up North Live. You can leave your response there. You can go to our website, UpNorthLive.com, to vote in the poll. And you can also check out that QR code right there on your screen. As always, we check out those poll results and your responses coming up later in the show. And stay right here. Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix takes a look at that weather forecast coming up.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
I'm Dee Dee Gadden with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
As a result of the need for less law enforcement officers to do this work in a safer environment, I have announced effective immediately, we will draw down 700 people.
Border Czar Tom Homan says the number of immigration enforcement officers in Minneapolis is being reduced to 2,000. He says operations are targeting national safety threats, but warns officers will not turn a blind eye to people here illegally. He adds it's unacceptable that not all officers are wearing body cameras, vowing the issue will be fixed. The Afghan national suspected of shooting 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C., has pleaded not guilty. Ramanullah Lakanwal is accused of fatally shooting Sarah Beckstrom and critically injuring Andrew Wolf in November. Today, DOJ prosecutors said they're considering new charges that could put the death penalty on the table. Students and researchers with ties to the Chinese Communist Party or Chinese military have infiltrated multiple top American universities. That's according to the American Accountability Foundation. The group found nearly 24 Chinese academics could pose a risk to U.S. national security and should be removed from this country. And that's your news update.
Switching gears now, taking a look at your weather to see if we can expect some sunshine, maybe a little bit of warm up or just the same clouds. Here is meteorologist Joe Charlevoix.
All right, thanks a lot, Melissa. And look over Grand Traverse Bay today. The talk in town, at least around Traverse City, was that the bay was frozen over, which doesn't happen every year because it's so deep. So it takes a long time to freeze over. But most of the bay is, I think at last check yesterday, 70 to 80% of the bay. So this is our UpNorthLive Skyview drone earlier today, and you can see a lot of ice out there. Our 3 big things, let's take a look. A round of snow tomorrow into Friday. Now, generally 2 to 4 inches in that time frame. And then a brief shot of colder air rolls in right behind that for Saturday. Highs about 8 to 18, and then a bit of a milder flow early next week. In fact, by Tuesday, after a cold start to the weekend, we get back into the 30s, perhaps even a little bit of melting. It was an interesting day today. We'll put our visible satellite imagery on, and you can see a few things here. First, some ice. This is all ice up through here, the North Channel there of Lake Huron. Some ice right in there. That's ice here. Moreover, as you get closer to Ontario here, this is cloud cover. And then we'll zoom in right into Roscommon County. You could easily see from space today the ice-covered Higgins Lake. There's Houghton Lake. And then closer to Lake Michigan, sunshine here, and then you get about halfway across the lake, and there's where the lake effect clouds were earlier, and you had to go almost 20 miles from Petoskey, almost 40 miles offshore to get in on that sunshine. Of course, on our side of the lake, we had a lot of cloud cover today. Now, we have snow coming in late tonight, more towards sunrise. There we are, a bit of a snowy morning for northern Michigan, and then scattered snow showers will persist tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then a cold front comes in late Thursday night, early Friday with some snowfall, and then a windy afternoon. Temperatures will actually start Friday in the upper 20s and then drop into the teens as a gusty wind rolls in here. And as far as snow tomorrow, 1 inch or 2 expected. And when we add this all up tomorrow night, early Friday, we're looking at 3 to 4 inches, 2 to 4 inches for most of northern Michigan with this particular event. Then we head into Saturday, pretty quiet. There may be a few snow showers right near the lake shores. It seems like there always is, but a partly cloudy sky to mostly cloudy on Saturday, but cold. Notice highs 8 to 18 Saturday. Sunday, a few snow showers around, kind of cloudy, but warmer. Most spots Sunday in the 20s. Tonight, 10 to 18, everyone clouds over. Snow near daybreak in our northern and western areas, especially north and west of Gaylord with the southwest wind. And then tomorrow, off and on light snow, highs generally in the 20s, mid to upper 20s for almost everybody tomorrow. The warm spot will be right around Bel Air, 31 there, Elk Rapids 30. Beaver Island, if you're tuned in there tonight, 27, your forecast high tomorrow, off and on light snow. And again, 20s, the wind out of the southwest. Windy on Friday, mainly morning snow showers. And then, yeah, as you see Saturday, colder, a few snow showers on Sunday. And then a little warm up some spots Monday and Tuesday. Back into the 30s.
All right, thanks for that, Joe. Coming up in sports, Boyne City getting a big honor for their athletic department. We'll explain coming up. Welcome back to Unscripted here on Up North Live. Sports Director Harrison Beebe joins us now for a look at sports. He joins us from the Content Center. Hey, Harrison.
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, pretty cool story to bring everyone today. The Boyne City Public School District got awarded with some pretty unique recognition. I'm going to read the acronym here on the sheet of paper because it's pretty long. The MIAAA, which is the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, they awarded Boyne City with the Exemplary Athletic Program Award. Now, this award is given out to outstanding athletic programs who model excellence and show continued improvement that showcase commitment on what sports communities can look like statewide. The unique part of this award, it's not given out every year. Boyne City is just the 24th program to receive it in the last 25 years, and just the 14th program to receive the honor in the last 20 years. The Ramblers were part of a 3-day visit by the committee last fall in which they interviewed coaches and students and assessed practices and game atmospheres that the Ramblers provided.
They were able to see how ingrained our community is within Boyne City Public Schools as a district, and us within our athletic program, the supports, and just all of the pieces that go into making our program successful. And not necessarily just from wins and losses, but how sports can impact lives after playing days. We offer those great opportunities, that we have great facilities that our community supports us with.
So a very great contribution there. You know, Boyne City, Melissa, they got that great, you saw some few shots of it there. The Rambler Field House, they just opened to allow a lot of indoor access for a lot of sports, spring, winter, fall, whatever. They also have the great Rambler Sports Network. If you haven't heard about it, it's a student-run broadcasting program in a class that allows kids to get a taste of sports broadcasting and do live games every week. They do the football and the basketball games out there. So
love that.
Pretty great award, and I'm going to assume that helped tip the scales to get them those honors, recognizing the unique opportunities they have for student athletes in that area. And real quick, Melissa, before we go, I want to pass on some sad news, but I want to make mention a legendary Detroit Tiger passing away today. Mickey Lolich, 85 years old. He passed away, I believe, down in Sterling Heights area in suburban Detroit, but was a member of that 68 World Series Championship Tiger team. He pitched 3 complete games and went to be the MVP in the 68 World Series and the Tigers' 7-game series win over the St. Louis Cardinals. So Mickey Lolich, unfortunately, passing away, but a legendary Tiger being talked about a lot today for his contributions.
Thanks, Harrison. I'll have to call my dad about that one. Coming up, we will take a look at those live results for our question of the day right after this.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
All right, we are checking out that question of the day. What is your favorite Winter Olympic sport? Right now, looking at our poll, 17% don't have a favorite. 83% do have a favorite, and our responses are here on our Facebook page. Sean Kellogg chiming in saying short track speed skating. Penny says short track speed skating, and this year hockey. I'm loving the hockey too, Penny. Nathan says yes, the ski jump and the biathlon. Annette says figure skating. Let's see. Roger says cheering on for spring. I feel that, Roger. Doesn't really fit with our responses, but I'm with you there. Richard says the hockey tournament. Deb says ice skating, and someone did say curling. Yes, William Miller. Looking forward to the curling. Thanks for your responses and for voting in the poll. Thanks for tuning in as well to Unscripted. We'll see you back here for Up North Live News at 11. Have a great night.